Good morning, tribe, and welcome to this morning's class, Yoga for Beginners or Beginners Yoga. My name is Shonda, and I'll be guiding you through your practice today. Make sure the lighting's better. We're going to start today's class. We're going to go ahead and get started right away. If you have any blocks or props that you want to have available, just have them next to your mat. Also, any water or anything that you want to have available. So we're going to start today's class in child's pose. So you can start coming onto the hands and the knees. Allow the knees to spread wide on the mat and sit the hips back to the heels. Extend the arms long in front of you. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Begin to settle the forehead into the mat. Allow the hips to sink a bit deeper down. Breathing into the hip creases and the low back. Just start to notice the breath as it drops in and out of the body. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. A few breaths here while we center, becoming grounded, feeling that connection with the forehead. You can also have a block underneath the forehead just to support you. Keep shifting the hips back to the heels. And start to deepen the breath. Find your deep yogic breathing, filling up the abdomen, the low ribs, and the chest. Exhaling through chest, ribs, and drawing the navel up and in. Good. Spreading the fingertips nice and wide, preparing for movement. Let's make our way, shifting the hips back up, making our way into tabletop position. So from here, we're gonna take a little bit of a child's pose flow of sorts. So again, just make sure that the fingertips are spread wide, the knees are about hip distance apart. Draw the low belly up and inward. Allow the eyes of the elbows to face together. And keep the shoulders plugged into the shoulder socket. So from here, we're having a really active pose. We're pressing the tops of the toes, the feet, and the ankles into the mat. We're also engaging the core, protecting the back, and we're pressing away from the mat with the hands, keeping the muscles of the arms nice and engaged. Crown of the head is pointing forward, so gaze is just a few inches in front of you. So from here, we'll take a little bit of a cow movement, so lifting the tailbone, allow the abdomen to draw down towards the mat without releasing it, and draw the gaze upwards. Now from here, begin to press into the mat. Exhale, tuck the chin, round into the upper back, and rounding with the tailbone coming down towards the mat. Now sitting the hips back to the heels for a brief child's pose. And we'll inhale, make our way up to cow. Exhale, start to round to cat. Sit the hips back to the heels. Inhaling, coming back up for cow. And feel free to just take this at your own pace, warming up the spine, warming up the body. Just exhaling as your seat comes down to meet the heels. Inhaling up for cow. And just start to flow with the breath. Nice and easy. Feeling into the body. Sending breath to areas of tension, soreness or tightness. A few more rounds here. Just keep moving in this circular, flowy pattern. Last time here, we'll meet in neutral tabletop position. Good. So press firmly into the mat, pointer finger pointing towards the top of the mat. Tuck the toes, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Prepare for a little toe stretch here. So opening up the feet, the toes, maybe even the ankles. Press firmly into the mat with the hands and begin to lift the knees off the mat. Begin to straighten into the knees. You can keep a slight bend here as we warm up. Continue to warm up the spine and the legs. So bending into the left knee and the right. Keep pressing away from the mat with the hands. Keep finding your breath, maybe lifting up onto the toes. Exhaling the right foot down. Inhaling up onto the toes and exhaling the left heel down. So just find what feels really good for you. Really lift the tailbone up to the sky. And then finding some stillness here. Nice deep yogic breathing. Really draw the core up and in. Shift the tailbone up towards the sky. Press away from the mat. Stay nice and strong. The shoulder blades shift open and down the back, keeping the arms engaged. Engaging the quadriceps. So almost you want to imagine that the inner thighs are moving inward together. Head can hang nice and heavy here. Maybe lifting in the low ribs, drawing the abdomen up and inward. So nice. Good. Inhale, looking up at the top of the mat, walking the toes and the feet forward to the top of the mat. Finding your Uttanasana forward fold. From here, maybe take a slight bend into the left and the right knee, just finding your footing, finding your forward fold, Uttanasana. Shift the weight a little forward into the toes as you extend through the heels. Allow the crown of the head to hang heavy. Perhaps you shake the head yes. Shake the head no, just releasing the neck muscles. Let's grab a hold of the outside edges of the elbows, framing the head with the arms. Continue to shift the weight forward to the toes, but staying engaged with the legs and lifting the tailbone up towards the sky as you engage the core. Perhaps you sway to the right and to the left as we continue to open up the backs of the legs, low back area. Good. Releasing here, finding your forward fold, release the arms. Gently take a bend into the knees, just a slight bend. Engage the core, inhale the arms up and above the head. Allow the palms of the hands to face one another, plug the shoulders into the shoulder socket. Press firmly into the mat with the feet. We'll find our extended Tadasana. Good. You can inhale, either draw the hands together through heart center, finding your forward fold once again, or swan diving forward. Inhale, slight bend into the knees, arms come overhead. Maybe you allow the hands to meet here for prayer position, and maybe taking a slight back bend here. Good. Inhale, coming back. Exhale, perhaps you do a little something different. So hinging at the hips, lead with the heart. Spread the arms nice and wide. Releasing into your Uttanasana. One more time. Inhale, press into the feet, slight bend in the knees, engaging the core, lift the arms above the head. Then you can just take a little bit of a different thing each time. So maybe clasping the fingertips, allowing the thumbs to cross over one another, pointer fingers releasing. Maybe you deepen the back bend here, keeping engagement in the legs, the glutes. Shift the hips forward while keeping the core engaged. Good, coming back up to center. And exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Good, inhale, lift up halfway. Palms of the hands meet the ankles, the shins, or perhaps even the top of the thighs. So we want to engage the core to protect the low back. Nice flat back here, shoulders drop down the back. Our gaze is a few inches in front of us as the crown of the head is pointing away from the spine, or pointing away from the tailbone rather. Good, exhale, release down. So inhale, draw the hands up and above the head. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back, finding your top of a push-up plank position. Continue to keep the fingers spread nice and wide. Allow the hips to lower down towards the mat. Shift the weight forward on the toes and gently, slowly lower yourself down. You can release the knees for some additional support. Good. Inhale, maybe doing a baby cobra here. So allowing the shoulders to draw together, the elbows ride the rib cage. Exhale, release the forehead down. Tuck the toes under. Coming back up through push-up. And into downward facing dog. Let's find our breath here. 3 breaths in and out. Good, looking up at the top of the mat. Gently walk, step or jump the feet forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping or jumping the feet back, top of a push-up. Again, spreading the fingertips nice and wide. Lower the hips. Keep the core engaged. Crown of the head is reaching forward. So strong. Good. Release the knees down if you wish, or lower yourself down. Chest and chin. Inhale. Cobra. Exhale. Tuck the toes, coming back up through plank and shifting into downward facing dog. Finding your breath. Creating equal length on both side bodies, pressing up and out of the wrist joint. Good, looking up at the top of the mat again. You can walk, step, or jump the feet forward. Coming into half lift. And then exhale, folding forward. Good, inhale, reaching the arms above the head. Slide back bend here. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Allow the arms to drape down by the sides, finding your Tadasana. Pausing for a few minutes in Tadasana, feeling the energy circulating through the body, grounding through the feet, perhaps lifting the toes, spreading them nice and wide, engaging the quadriceps. Pelvic floor drawing up and inward as the tailbone shifts down. Shoulders lifted, chest and heart open. Palms of the hands shining forward, crown of the head is lifted. Good. Inhale, open the eyes, reach the arms up above the head. Exhale, folding forward. Step the left leg back, find your runner's lunge. Making sure you have a nice 90-degree angle in the left or the right ankle and the right knee. Release that heel down to the mat, perhaps kicking it out to the side, finding some balance here. And inhale, press up. Torso, chest, and arms lift above the head, finding your warrior one. So keep a bend in that front knee. Keep pressing into the mat with the right foot as you also press into the outer edge of the left heel. Draw the navel up and inward towards the spine, shoulders relax down. Good. From here, opening up the arms, spreading them nice and wide, cactus arms or goddess arms. Lift the chest and the heart, lift the gaze. Inhale, bringing the hands together. So nice. Exhale, open up the arms. Allow the chest and the heart to keep shining forward. Inhale, palms come together, prayer position. And exhale, open the arms up, goddess arms. Really take a gentle back bend here, really opening everything up. It's a beautiful heart opener. Good, inhale, back to center, release the arms down, framing the foot. Rotate the left heel off the mat. And step that left foot forward, finding your forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, folding forward. This time, stepping the right foot back, finding your runner's lunge here. Stay nice and strong in your runner's lunge. Keep pressing out through the back heel as you press firmly into the left foot and hug that left knee inwards. Or imagine everything hugging inwards, zipping up and in. Good, release that right heel down to the mat, 45-degree angle. Find your footing here, maybe creating a little bit wider release. Inhale, lift the arms, chest and torso, coming up for warrior one on the opposite side. So beautiful. Allow the shoulders to relax away from the ears. Keep pressing out to that outer right edge of the right foot. Feel this nice opening in the front of the right hip flexor. Good, inhale, reach and extend through the fingertips. Exhale, open the arms up nice and wide. Cactus or God's arms. Keep the abdomen engaged here. Inhale, coming back to center, really reaching with the fingertips as the palms meet. Good, exhale, open up. Stay strong in your foundation. Both legs nice and strong. Inhale, palms together. Reach up towards the moon. Exhale, open up. Good, inhale. Hands come back to prayer position. Release the hands down to the mat. Rotate that right foot off of the floor, the right heel off the floor. And step that left foot back. Coming into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Find your breath here. I'm just going to make a few movements here, shifting to plank and then back into downward facing dog. So it just feels really nice. It's also great for strength and endurance, building resiliency on the mat. So feel free to stay in down dog or take a little variation. One more time into plank. And exhale, down dog. Good, looking up at the top of the mat, draw that right knee in towards the chest and the nose. Step the right foot forward. Coming into your runner's lunge. Keep that left foot lifted, left heel lifted. We're going to make our way into crescent. So this will be warrior one arms, but you'll keep the heel lifted off the back of the mat. So nice and strong here. Draw the hands together, perhaps interlacing the fingers, crossing the thumbs, pointer fingers released towards the sky. Stay nice and strong here. Inhale, reach, and then exhale. Take a little slight bend over to the right. Just opening up that left side body. Good, inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, shifting over to the left, this time opening up the right side body. Stay strong, you're doing so good. Keep your breath. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, release the hands down to prayer position. Keep that engagement in the core, strong foundation in the legs. You can do it. Inhale, and open the arms up to the left. So we're creating this little opening, this little twist. A few breaths in and out here. Good, coming back through center, hands come together, and we'll open up to the opposite side. I know, you got this. Inhale, taking a gentle twist, opening up to the right. Keep that right knee hugging inward, don't allow it to splay out. Find your deep yogic breathing. Good, coming back to center. Hands meet at prayer position and frame the foot. Step that right foot back, making your way into downward facing dog. 3 breaths in and out here. Allow the heels to soften towards the floor. Shift the weight back to the legs. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees if that feels good. The heels don't have to meet the mat. Good, looking up at the top of the mat. Hug that left knee in towards the chest, in towards the belly, and step the left foot forward. Top of the mat, finding runner's lunge for a moment. Find your nice strong foundation in the base, both legs. Inhale, coming up for crescent. Woo! See how left went down there. See, it happens to all of us. Okay, so keep that right heel lifted up off the back of the mat. Stay nice and strong in the left leg. Once you found your foundation, inhale, lift the arms up. Keep pressing out through that back heel. Abdomen is engaged, which will open up that right hip flexor. Good. Inhale, bring the palms together. Interlace the fingers, releasing the pointer fingers up towards the sky, crossing the thumbs. Inhale, lifting up and out. And then exhale, take a bend over to the right, opening up the left side. Good. Inhale, back through center. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, open up to the left. So opening up the right side body. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Draw the hands together down to the heart, meeting at prayer position. So strong, you've got this. Good. Take a nice deep inhale, open up to the left side. Keep breathing. Good, coming back through center and then opening the arms out to the right. Gentle twist here. Good, coming back to center. Release the left arms down to the mat and step that right foot forward to meet the left, and let's find a forward fold here. Few breaths in and out here. Good. Inhale the arms up and above the head. Tadasana, reaching up, extended Tadasana. Exhale, hands meet at heart center, finding your prayer position. Tadasana or Samasthiti. Good. Inhale, draw the arms up above the head. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, taking a deep bend into the knees. Sitting the hips back. And then lifting the chest and torso and arms, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana. Keep the back nice and flat so we're not overarching the back. We want to really allow the tailbone to reach down towards the mat. Keep hugging the thighs together. Shoulders relax. Good. Hands come down. Begin to straighten into the knees and find your forward fold. From here, let's draw the hands around the back. So allow the hands to clasp in Yoga Mudra. Draw the shoulders together. And then begin to lift the hands, the arms up off the back if that feels good for you. Good, releasing the hands down to the side. And from here, we'll step the left and the right foot back. Begin to tackle the push-up. Release the knees down to the floor. Allow the chest and the chin to follow, coming all the way down onto our bellies here. Allow the hands to come directly below the shoulders, tops of the feet and toes, pointing into the mat, pressing into the mat, shoulders and elbows hugging together. Engaging the abdomen, inhale, coming up for cobra. Allow the hips to settle down into the mat. Keep pressing firmly into the mat with the feet. Good, exhale, holding forward. Press through the hands and the tops of the feet, engaging the core, sit the hips back to the heels, find your child's pose. Few breaths in and out here. Good, shifting it forward through tabletop. Let's make our way onto our seats. If you have a blanket, feel free to sit at the edge of the blanket up on the heels. Let's bring the feet nice and wide, coming into this wide angle. So engaging the core, keeping the feet flexed. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall here. Good. As we inhale, we'll reach up through the crown of the head, keeping the legs engaged. And then we'll just begin to walk forward. So coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So the idea here is you want to create space and length in the low back. So if you're finding any rounding in the low back, back out of the pose just a bit. It's okay if you're just a few inches from vertical. Also, keeping the abdomen or the core drawing up and inward helps keep the length in that low back, creating space between each of the vertebrae. Take a nice deep inhale, allow the abdomen to expand, and then as you exhale, see if the body relaxes a bit further down without forcing it. So notice if there's any gripping in the legs. We want engagement, but we don't want any clenching or gripping. So we softly engage. Where can we create softness around the edges? Not only in our body or our poses, but in life. Now, if you have a lot of space here and a lot of flexibility or openness, your tummy or chest may meet the floor. The key is to be patient without forcing anything. Perhaps the hands come out towards the ankles or the toes. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with my left knee, so even sometimes it's nice to have a little support underneath the knees, especially if you tend to hyperextend into the knees. So little towels or hand towels or blankets are nice there sometimes as well. Or you can always just draw the legs the legs and feet a little closer together. Good, press the palms into the mat, walk yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Let's take a moment here to use the hands to assist the left knee up towards the chest. You can keep the right leg extended, maybe even drawing it in a bit. Hug the left knee in towards the chest. And then as you exhale, draw the sole of the foot towards the inner right thigh. So sitting up nice and tall. Again, feel free to remove any extra padding or flesh. Inhale, draw the arms up and above the head. And as you exhale, turn and twist the torso over the extended right leg. And exhale, hinging forward. Again, keeping that left hip or glute tucked into the mat. Keep a nice space between the vertebrae, lengthen the low back here. So inhale, reach and extend through the crown of the head, and then lead with the chest and the chin. Soften down with the exhalation. Really use your deep yogic breathing, your ocean's breath, also known as Ujjayi breath. And just take notice how the body relaxes into the posture with each exhalation. A few more breaths here. Good, allowing the hands to meet the mat. Walk yourself ever so gently and slowly back up to seated neutral position. Use the left hand and arm to draw that left leg up, reaching it out and extending it nice and long. Maybe you shake or pat it out here, brush things off. Sometimes that feels really nice. So keeping the left leg extended nice and long, flexing the toes. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Hug it in nice and tight. Opening up that right knee to the out, allowing it to externally rotate. And the right sole of the foot draws in towards the inner left thigh. So let's take a nice deep inhale, really lengthening through the back, the spine, the fingertips. And then as you exhale, twist the torso over the left extended leg and begin to shift forward, leading with the chest, chin, and gaze is forward. So again, keeping that right glute, right hip connected to the mat. See if you can soften the shoulders, soften the facial features. Breathing nice and deep into the abdomen. Once you find that nice, perfect stretch, feel free to round into the upper back and shoulders. Head can release down towards the knee. Keep the length in the lower back, feeling that stretch in the upper right hip, lower right back. Few more breaths in and out here. Good. Placing the hands onto the mat, slowly and mindfully coming back to seated. Torso comes to neutral. This time, let's draw the left sole of the foot to meet the right sole of the foot. We'll move into butterfly position. So feel free to, place the hands on the ankles of the feet, but also not lifting up on the toes, okay? So allowing the knees to split open. If you'd like a little bit more of an inner groin stretch, you can have the feet a little closer to the body. If you'd like a little bit more of a low back stretch, you can have the feet more away from the body, okay? So let's take a nice deep inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then as we exhale, we can begin to fold forward again, keeping length in the back. Keep the sits bones connected to the earth. Allow the elbows to just guide the knees away. So you're also pressing into the elbows with the knees. So we're not forcing anything. We're just creating this little opposition. We're extending the exhalation with Ujjayi breath. Notice how the body shifts. So nice. Gently and slowly move yourself back into a seated position. Use the strength of the arms to draw the knees together. Let's make our way onto our backs. Coming all the way down, taking your time. Maybe you have the hands gently behind the knees and just do a gentle variation of boat here. And then just allow the fingertips to walk down the back of the thighs, engaging the core. Allowing one vertebrae at a time to meet the mat. Allow the small of the back to press into the mat and gently draw the knees into the chest. Massaging out the low back. Maybe rocking to the left and to the right. And if it's in your practice, you can feel free to take any movement that feels good for the body. I would like to invite you into a shoulder stand or plow position so you can allow the hands to press firmly into the mat. And then as you inhale, lifting the feet up towards the sky, begin to lift the glutes and the back up off the sky. Allow the hands to meet the low back. So allow the shoulders to draw together, core is engaged, back of the neck is pressing into the mat. Try not to turn your head here. Now if it's in your practice and you'd like to come to plow, you can reach the legs gently behind you. Keep supporting the low back as needed. Feel breath in and out here. Good. Slowly and mindfully bringing one leg at a time back up to shoulder stand if you wish. Or slowly and mindfully moving back down onto your backs. And releasing the legs long out on the mat. Gently tuck the shoulder blades underneath the back. Reach the heels out to the left and the right corner of the mat. Allow the ankles to soften and the feet to fall to the left and to the right. Maybe take a moment to gently wiggle and shift into the hips. Open the chest and heart and finding your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. So scanning the body, releasing any trapped energy. Begin to allow the breath to soften. Feel free to remain in your Shavasana for up to 11 minutes or more. Really taking this time to send some gratitude for showing up on your mat today, showing up for yourself and your practice. Sending gratitude for the body and how it supported you through your practice today. Gratitude for your breath. It gives you life, energy. Maybe sending gratitude to your ears for being able to hear the cues. Your body, your mind for trusting yourself. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me in your practice today. It's been my honor and pleasure to be your guide. And I hope to see you next time. Please feel free to join me for Yin today at 2 p.m. At Yoshala for local members, or catch us live if you're a live member, or for Hatha tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a great day.